Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're driving through downtown Kingston. That's the Supreme Court of Jamaica, that white building on the left. They've put up some barricades so you can't go all the way up King Street. So we turned here onto Tower Street. I'm assuming they have some big case going on why they have blocked off the road for safety reasons. Okay, today we're going to give an update on the taxi operators or the transport operators. Now, last week, the transport operators in Halfway Tree and Downtown Kingston went on strike. They withdrew their services, and the Ministry of Transport or the Transport Authority had set up a meeting, and that meeting was held last week. So we're going to give you guys an update. Now, just to give you a feedback, some taxi and bus operators went on strike on December 12th and 13th in the Halfway Tree and Downtown Kingston area. Now, they were protesting the number of tickets they were getting, and two, the seizure of the vehicles. They were saying the cost of the tickets were just too much, and the police were seizing their vehicle. And of course, you can't have a protest without discussing the road conditions. I mean, yes, the government is trying their best to fix the main roads, but some of the other roads aren't being looked at right now. So they were discussing the seizure of the vehicles, road improvement, fare increases, and the cost of the tickets that they were getting. Now, the transport operators that went on strike were the ones that plied the Lawrence Tavern or Stony Hill route to Halfway Tree or Downtown Kingston. So the Minister of Transport, Audley Shaw, met with them, and after the meeting he said, Minister Shaw stated, "We hear the concerns, and we are working to ensure the issues are addressed." So he's going to have meetings with the police, the Transport Authority, and the meeting, on the 13th was with the police, the Transport Authority, and the transport operators. So Minister Shaw gave a commitment to having the necessary dialogue with the responsible parties to have certain matters addressed. But he also took the opportunity to state that the transport operators must also do their part in maintaining law and order on the roads. Now, this is a very serious problem in Jamaica. There is so much indiscipline on the roads, it's unbelievable. And he said that the transport operators must adhere to the rules of the road, and they must have respect for the responsible authorities. Now, the Transport Authority is the government agency that has responsibility for the transport operators. They usually are on the road and they check the license, etc., of the transport operators. And when we say transport operators, we mean taxis and buses, the red plate. They're usually out along with the police, but they are the ones that are responsible for it. So after this meeting, the transport operators went back to work, and everything is back to normal now. But when you have these kind of protests, it disrupts the entire transport system. And the transport system in Jamaica, I would say it's weak. They don't have enough buses, they don't have enough taxis to transport persons in an orderly and timely manner. And when I say that, I mean there is no bus in Jamaica that runs on time. If you say you're going to catch an 8:15 bus in Jamaica, people don't know what you're talking about. They just don't run on time. Taxis, I don't know if has ever been a time schedule for taxis. But the way it works, let's say you are going to St. Elizabeth and you're in Halfway Tree. You have to take a bus from Halfway Tree to Downtown Kingston where you will then get a bus to go to St. Elizabeth. Now that bus that goes to St. Elizabeth has no set time to leave. The buses leave when they are full. So if it takes 2 hours for the bus to be full, it's going to sit down for 2 hours. If the bus pulls up and it's full in 15 minutes, it's gone. So you don't have any schedule to say, okay, this bus is going to leave at X time. Doesn't happen in Jamaica. So that is why you have persons sometimes having to wait hours to get transport. Hours. And it shouldn't be like that. The JUTC, the government bus agency, the government-run bus agency, does not even run on time. There is no schedule. The buses don't run on a schedule. So that's why I say the transport sector is weak. And anytime you have a disruption, it affects the entire sector. Because that's just how it is. Now, recently the government announced it's trying to get the train service back up and running. And I must say, we put up a video recently about the trains running. And I was amazed to know the train actually ran on time. So they have a pilot program for students that can take students from Old Harbour to Spanish Town and then back from Spanish Town to Old Harbour in the evening. Now the schedule says the train is to arrive at the Old Harbour station at 4:45 p.m. And at 4:45 p.m. that train was pulling into the station. I was most impressed. There is no bus or taxi service in Jamaica that can run on that kind of schedule. And mark you, the train has its own tracks, it's nothing to impede it, no traffic, nothing, but it still ran on time. It still ran on time. So I'm hoping the government is able to expand that train service to include other parts of Jamaica, because I believe the train can help with the transport sector. I actually believe it's the only way forward for the transport sector in Jamaica, to move persons around the island from town to town, especially students. It's the easiest way to do it, the most economical way, and the fastest way. So the government said it's going to need hundreds of millions of dollars to get the passenger line service and the freight service up and running, but it's not impossible. But they started the trains running again with a pilot program for the schools. So you can check out the videos of the trains running, the actual trains running, carrying the cars that have students in it. Very, very impressive. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Have a good day.